Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of Alan Wake. We're still trying to get to the gas station, but we're almost there. Too bad there's a barbed wire fence around it, but it can't be far.
After the insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting. At least for a moment, the sane world reasserted itself.
Alright, nothing in the little pocket. I guess you could just walk in. A checkpoint reached. What, 1 second after my last checkpoint? Alright. I guess I can't complain. I'll take checkpoints. 68th Annual Deer Fest. They really do keep bringing up the Deer Fest. Alright, what am I focusing on?
The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
That's freaky. I guess I just actually missed a page.
Stucky spat on the garage floor and tried to shake the cobwebs from his head. Ever since the couple never showed to pick up the keys, things had been fuzzy. Something, a feeling caught his attention. Stucky looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool spread across the floor while he struggled for a brief moment, then let go as the unrelenting darkness engulfed him.
Oh, look at that. This will be great for my collection that I'm not going to complete. It's a little weird that it doesn't tell you how many you have. I guess I could probably look it up. Statistics? Kills... Alarm clocks found? What? Standees... Night Springs video games. Hello. Okay, thermoses. There we go. I got 7. I'm almost there. Anyway,
I had to get inside the gas station to find a phone to call for help.
Let's get inside the gas station so we could find a phone to call for help. Is exactly what I was going to say. But first I'll go in the garage.
The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
Oh. Whoa.
Right. I'll keep writing. Outside there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her, I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
That's pretty surreal.
I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
Well, even now, there's you on my computer monitor talking crazy. But what I was going to say was a much more interesting, clever joke about how this is from Italy, but I guess the TV thing kind of stole the spotlight there. Nordic walking. Incontestably proven health benefits. Cool. There's the phone, but I'll check around here first. Oh. The 68th Annual Deer Fest, blah blah blah, games and activities, raffle tickets, fishing competition, pie contest, and surprise competitions. Live music for the children, Bucktooth Charlie, and Montgomery the Mystic's amazing Phantasmagoria. Don't miss the legendary Deer Fest parade. Boy, I tell you, I never tire of Bucktooth Charlie. Is this the same? Yeah, I'm just around the other side. We sell propane. Yeah, but do you also sell... I think you know where the rest of this is going. Cabin rental options for vacation. Anyway, let's just use the damn phone.
Great Falls Sheriff Station.
Oh, that worked? Like, it just worked.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker. You are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen. I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake. Not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head.
Also,
Are
I
you
killed
okay?
Carl Stuckey.
Listen,
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station, okay? Mr. Wake, have you seen Stuckey, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
He was a hazy night monster. He attacked me. Along with a bunch of other no-name people. That is a problem. Oh, that's how we get to the title screen. The third installment, they're on the title.
Just a sprinkle stardust and a whisper.
End of episode 1. That's kind of cool.
Everything is alright. I close my eyes.
Maybe there's just nothing to see. Press enter to skip the song. Fair enough, but that's pretty
Previously
cool.
on Alan Wake.
Really?
I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at. But the cabin had disappeared.
Episode 2, a very special set of skills. 3 years ago? Back when I still was writing, I guess? Because our writer's block was 2 years ago, right?
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Actually opening with "Honey, I'm home." Oh.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Have you seen any of our commemorative coffee thermoses? Whoa, that is some bad weather. He was not kidding. I actually appreciate that the wind is very different out that window as compared to this one because we're between buildings at this point. Mom's Survival Guide. Snowy Hills. I'm trying to see if there are any on-the-nose titles. You know, I've played Death Stranding, and you could take a look at this one guy's library, and there are way too many books that are about, like, specifically the environment in the game and that character's thing. Got a new TV, I guess. Guess I'll just talk to Alice.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No
Oh.
kidding. I
Oh,
didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
I love these
really?
pictures.
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
I'm loving these pictures, though. Examine cover mock-ups. Yeah, let's go. Okay, here's Myro. Hey, look, it's those guns you can get from Resident Evil Code Veronica. I think they're a different model, but just those 2 golden guns. Alan Wake. Wow, I have 5 copies of my game, the book. Return to Sender, What I Can't Forget, Alex Casey, an Alex Casey thriller. Wow. Is it The Things That I Want? The Fall of Casey. Oh, another QR code. I'm actually going to take a look at what this does. Let me get myself into position. Yeah, hopefully this is good enough. Okay, it is a text. Huh. Turns out this isn't too bad, even if you're not sitting on a couch when you play it. Who knew? Okay. Thank you for that. As a matter of fact, I'm not sitting on a couch and playing this. There's the sudden stop. Alan Wake, the sudden stop. And there's another mock-up with the gun being shot out of a hand. Well, I could pick up the page anyway. I'll examine in a moment. Did I miss... Oh, no, Oh, I wasn't even thinking. Can I go back to episode 1? Yeah. That's missing, but it's nightmare mode. I was looking at the bottom of the screen where it says unread and find it in nightmare difficulty, so I actually did just miss 2 pages for real. That's too bad. Anyway, Taken. So far, I'm perfect. The sudden stop, 1 and 2.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
And next, it looks like nothing is... No, there's 1 nightmare mode page. There's a bunch of pages to find.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now. My wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
And look at that, we open this chapter with Honey, I'm Home. Or I guess... this... flashback, whatever. So, let's take a look.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Well...
Alan! Alan! Please check the fuse box!
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry!
Okay.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
I mean, I've seen a clicker in a video game before, and it was a lot more threatening. The present day.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
Not great.
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
I mean, like, my wife's in another dimension or something. This could be a problem. I do rather enjoy that I could find manuscripts of my own book just throughout the game. I wonder if there's supposed to be an in-universe explanation for that, or if it's just a video game collectible. Oh, it's that person who was afraid of going down that dark hallway.
The lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine. I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark. I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now. Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case. Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Okay.
That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
It's not surprising I can't go in there. Oh, hello. I really shouldn't be in here. And I really shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. James out.
I'm gonna go now.
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
Oh, missing a cat? That's a shame. Alright, that's you. Nothing. Read. Oh. Knack for winning contests? That's an identifying feature? Sir, I don't know if you're one of the missing people, but I challenge you. And then someone else. Richard Bow and Bruce Lansky on a camping trip. Overdue, haven't been found, I assume. If you have seen them or know their whereabouts, let us know. Thank you. Oh, you can zoom in on them. And Jacob Miller. Haven't been in contact. Call this number. Okay. And there's Sarah Breaker, but I'm gonna see if this is anything. No. Alright, let's go in.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Oh, great. Okay.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this.
It's an unknown caller.
Hello?
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
This took a turn. Can I just go right back
need
in?
Some fresh air. Can I go out? In the back, maybe?
Of course, Mr. Wake. I understand. You can get there through the cells. Deputy Grant can show you the way.
Oh, so I actually had to ask.
All of this, it's just a lot to take in.
Take your time, Mr. Wake. I understand.
Oh, I'm gonna piss these people off. Alright, so the holding cells were out
Can I
here.
help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
Oh, great. Oh yeah, the cells are down this
You
way.
can get to the back lot through that door and down the corridor, Mr. Wake.
It's just open.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the lights on? The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
Yeah, you do. There isn't any chance I could talk to them, is there? I'm thinking almost certainly not. Hello.
Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen, you gotta listen.
Uh-huh.
Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien! I know it sounds like something a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
Interesting. They're called Taken. I don't know this yet, but the game does. Also, somebody arrested one of my manuscript pages.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Alright, to the back lot we go.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
On your left, there is a scaffold. By the way, I like that they took this into account. Ambulance. 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 Ambulance backward, so you can read it properly in your rearview mirror. I mean, it's not backward, it's mirror image.
To find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. We've had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Fest float. Now, folks, we get this.
Alright, so hole in the fence. That's some kick. Hey look, quality literature.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
Where is my wife?
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Okay, back in we go.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Is that the whole thing? Is this whole video game the real Alan Wake's new project? Like, I'm playing the new book? Finally, Alan Wake has got an inspiration?
I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, my! Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Just punch him again.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I love that. Like, just notices a car. Oh, at the last second.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
Just don't answer him.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Oh, that's Bucktooth Charlie. You know what? I take back what I said. Bucktooth Charlie is awesome. Even if he's weirdly cyclopean. Now, I guess the eyes would be over here, wouldn't they? Alright, so. I have to hold the button. This specimen, estimated to be 14,000 years old, was recovered from the La Brea tar pits in 1981. It was donated to the Elderwood National Park in 1998 when the Columbian mammoth became Washington's state fossil. Named Bucktooth Charlie, it has since become the park's official mascot. You know what? Fair enough. Aww.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared?
This is kind of great. And it all evolved into Bucktooth Charlie.
When was the last time you slept? Are you high?
I'm just not responding to this guy.
Drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just...
Happy camper.
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Shut up. Alright, there's the guy. Let's take a look at the room real quick. There's a delicious, delicious thermos. This Barry guy is super high strung though. Want to eat some yummies? Alright, so let's go out and talk to Rusty. Grizzly Bear.
Wait here.
Easy there, boy.
Aw.
Almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, fine.
What happened?
Find out on the next Wake of Alan Wake.
Just go and meet a kidnapper? Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing...
Wait here.
Listen, you hit your head.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
That's a cute dog.
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Fair enough. It's a peak, alright.
If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now. Look.
Bye. Let's go at night when it's most dangerous.
Crazy talk, Al. Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are
With the
dangerous.
natives.
Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be Deliverance all over again.
Another, like, direct name reference.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
That's our Barry. We actually set up the fire for the fireplace. A nice romantic night of needing to get my wife back from kidnappers. Conspiracy of Faith? Is that what that book says? Oh. Oh. Anyway, I'm going outside. See you later.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with your spirit every...
Uh-huh. 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 Barry was starting to get to him. The author said, no, I'll go alone. Oh, well, missed a page.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Alright, I think I'll go to one more checkpoint. Hopefully I can make it.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Interesting that it resets my guns and ammo per chapter. In a way, that's a good thing, though. I don't have to worry about... Thanks, video games. I don't have to worry about being totally out of luck and unprepared for a particular chapter.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage.
Oh.
No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly that. But I'm going to check out the politicals. And
I like how the subtitles fade away when you get farther away. Oh, it's enemy time, I guess. Or it will be soon. Oh, that's creepy. The good news is it's nothing. Goodbye. I'm gonna go to Lover's Peak after raiding another cabin, I guess. Am I allowed? I am not. Oh, okay, we're good. Am I allowed? I am not. Am I, haha. Oh, really? That's kind of awesome. I'm assuming the light switch doesn't work. Jump scare? No, we're cool. Surprisingly, nothing is in here in this weird secret cabin. But I can weirdly use the TV.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish. Especially in Night Springs.
I love this.
The Man in the Mirror.
I really hope they don't jump scare me with, like, my own face on the TV.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
This is so weird.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
And it's coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal.
This is so weird.
So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault
What's with the super close-ups on the guy?
the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up.
I kind of want to see where one of these episodes goes. I'm sorry.
Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
This is so weird.
The fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. The white shirt is on the dead guy.
That's creepy.
Plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand.
Where are we going?
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
What? Wait. Okay. When they did the thing with the door, I saw the shadow move a little bit like this, you know, behind the TV. I thought that, like, something was happening in the actual, like, game. That would have been freaky. That was a bizarre episode. Anyway, Lover's Peak. Oh, hello. More quality and a checkpoint. This is where I'm going to stop. But let's take a look at the book. Rusty dying.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
This is getting freaky, but for now it is time to stop the installment. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? We got out of Chapter 1, and it turns out the cabin we were staying at doesn't exist, and hasn't existed for decades. And yet our wife is still missing, but is apparently kidnapped? I don't know how they got her, but then again, I don't know where we were staying for the past night if the cabin didn't exist. This is all quite confusing, but then again, maybe it's allowed to be if we're playing Alan Wake's new manuscript. I don't know if that's actually what's happening, but it would certainly explain why things are allowed to just happen the way they are. I guess we'll see where this goes. Until next time, everyone.